Hello, I'm James, and tonight's game is Stellaris. Hello everyone, I'm James, and tonight's game is Stellaris. Okay, might be freezing. There we go. Okay. Looks like the latest update did something to the game I was running. So, starting over. Okay, we're going to try the United Nations of Earth again. Iron Man mode to save disk space. We had a lot of pre-FTLs last time, so let's dial it down a bit. More of these, though, might be nice. And let's begin. New game. United Nations of Earth, representative democracy, fanatic egalitarian and xenophile, beacon of liberty and idealistic foundations. Populated by humans. Much has happened since modern humans first emerged in Africa some 200,000 years ago. Our kind spread rapidly across most of the globe, and soon the first civilizations took form. Scientific progress has been swift, though not without cost. Wars claimed millions of lives even before the atom was tamed, and the turmoil of the 21st century saw the mandate of the United Nations gradually expanded in an effort to create stability. By the early 22nd century, the supranational organization had become a de facto world government. Though some still resent the power wielded by the UN, as evidenced during the Mauritanian police action of '88. Few can deny the technological breakthroughs that have come out of its sponsored research programs. With the recent completion of the first true starships, mankind is about to embark on a new era of space exploration. And is something wrong with my stream? Doesn't look like it. Let's begin.
Could I have a moment of your time?
Good day, Madam President. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence. My job is to offer advice and assistance as we seek out our destiny among the stars. You can change the tutorial level at any time in the settings menu. Tell me everything.
a star empire can be a daunting task. To help get things started, I will be providing instructional missions that cover the basic steps necessary to establish ourselves as a successful interstellar power.
Okay, situation log.
The situation log displays a list of all currently available special projects, archaeology sites, and various other points of interest. New items will likely appear as we begin exploring the galaxy.
Okay, Okay. Understood.
Did you know?
The galaxy map offers a strategic view of the stars. Use it to navigate, expand, command fleets, and monitor borders. Click the galaxy icon at the bottom of the screen, or press M.
To expand, we must explore, and our science ships are the vessel of choice for such a task. You can identify a science ship by the following symbol. Before we can expand, we must explore, and our science ships are the vessel of choice for such a task. You can identify a science ship by the following symbol.
Our head of research is meticulous, good at discovering anomalies.
Is our science ship, which is used to survey astronomical objects such as planets in a star system. A planet needs to be surveyed in order to make its resources visible.
Our home system has already been surveyed, so we should focus our efforts elsewhere.
Now that we have given a command to our science ships, it's time to set off. We will need to unpause the galaxy. Now that we have given a command to our science ships, it's time to set off. We will need to unpause the galaxy map simulation before. Technology screen is where we will be directing our research efforts. Technologies are categorized into 3 different fields, with each field typically having 3 available research options. Have important information for you.
The Empire Focus system helps guide your Empire's development by letting you choose a priority: exploration, conquest, or development. let's go to exploration.
This is our construction ship, which is used to construct space stations. When an astronomical object, such as a planet, to overcome the vast distance, military fleets are used to protect our emerging empire from threats, or to expand our glorious rule through force of arms, if we so wish.
To overcome the vast distances that separate star systems, our scientists have developed the hyperdrive.
To overcome the vast distances that separate star systems, our scientists have developed the hyperdrive. This device permits travel at speeds far exceeding that of light between systems connected by hyperlanes.
Travel along a hyperlane is nearly instantaneous, but movement is restricted to the galactic hyperlane network. To enter hyperspace, a ship must first reach the system's edge beyond the star's gravity well. This happens automatically when ordering a ship to move to another system.
Here is something that you perhaps didn't know.
Habitable planets are divided into districts, zones, and buildings. Districts can consist of multiple zones. Zones determine which jobs are created. Buildings grant bonuses to the zones. More building slots are unlocked as the zones are upgraded.
This is our system's starbase. These upgradable stations mark star system ownership and are most often tasked with producing all types of ships.
This is our construction ship, which is used to construct space stations. When an astronomical object such as a planet has been surveyed, we can order the ship to build a research station or a mining station to exploit any resources it may have.
The tradition screen displays the tradition trees available to our empire. A tradition tree must first be adopted before any traditions within it can be unlocked.
Yeah, let's go with Discovery first. Abnormal conditions. As our science ship scans the surface of Haldana 2A, it becomes quite clear that we have found something out of the ordinary. Its composition and history provides it with extra materials that we should take the opportunity to gather. We will surely come across even more irregularities like this as we survey new planets, and should not underestimate their impact on our expansion. Intriguing.
Council agenda ready. Council screen is where we appoint the leaders who will guide us into the future. Their personalities and traits will influence our empire for good and bad. We can set agendas in order to focus their efforts in a specific area. A leader in our empire has reached a new skill level. This will improve upon the bonuses they provide and grant them a new trait.
5.
The Leaders screen provides an overview of our leaders and lets us hire, dismiss, and manage them.
Fortifier. On our Minister of Defense. And Frontier Spirit on our President.
Well done. The first survey of a star system beyond our own has been completed. We now have access to planetary data that the astronomers on our homeworld could only dream of a mere generation ago. Now that we have begun exploring our neighboring stars, it might be time to extend our reach. A starbase can be built around stars in surveyed systems to expand our borders, allowing us to claim new regions of space.
Revan von Halkett.
Something that you perhaps didn't know.
Yeah, there's the Surface tab again. Let's automate Earth. The discovery of alien life. The UNS Zheng He has made a startling find on Alpha Centauri 3. The planet is teeming with alien life. For the first time in history, we have encountered life forms that did not originate on Earth. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Alpha Centauri 3 are sapient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. We may not be alone out here.
System survey complete.
Contact report. Simple forms of life. The United Nations of Earth is abuzz with news of the alien organisms discovered some time ago. These little evolutionary marvels kindle in the human people a renewed hope of first contact with intelligent beings. Hyperlane breach points is something we can get. And we have an archaeological site. An ancient capital site.
The archaeology window shows details of the currently selected archaeology site. After progress is made, you can still go back and read previous stages by clicking the rune icons.
Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Earth. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn about the various forms of alien life found throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative.
Excellent. As you can see on the galaxy map, the borders of our empire have expanded to include the system where we built our new starbase. System survey complete. System survey complete. Excellent. Construction has been finished on our new planetary building, and it should now begin producing resources.
Ops will automatically be assigned to any jobs created by buildings as the population grows, but can also be encouraged to switch jobs. Prioritize a building, select the planet in the outliner, click the Economy tab, click on a building.
Your attention, please.
Habitable planets sometimes have blockers, preventing their full exploitation. Clearing a blocker takes time and costs energy credits, but can unlock planetary features currently blocked, as well as free up additional construction space. Clear a blocker, select the planet in the outliner, click the Management tab, click the Clear Blocker button on the blocker itself. In addition to resources, some blockers require specific technologies to remove.
I have a moment of your time.
The Management tab, again. Management tab displays key information about planet's condition and layout. Planetary features shows natural blockers that can be cleared. Current population shows all pops on the planet. Sector panel lets the planet be managed as part of a sector, automated planetary administration. Colony Ascension allows you to ascend your colonies, effectively upgrading your planets if the necessary resources are available. Seems fairly straightforward. No. No. And did I drop network again? What happened?
Blocker cleared.
Rendering lag. OBS is already top priority. Not sure what that's about. Well done. The blocker has been successfully removed. You can hover over any remaining.
We have found an anomaly. From time to time, our science ships will make these discoveries while surveying alien worlds. Anomalies can be researched by a scientist if their skills are up to the task. We have found an anomaly. From time to time, our science ships will make these discoveries while surveying alien worlds. Anomalies research complete. One of our science ships has just surveyed a world that would make an excellent candidate for our first colony. It is of the same planet class as our homeworld, so our colonists should be quite comfortable there. Blocker cleared. Blocker cleared.
On solar sails, we have found the wreckage of an archaic spaceship of unusual design. Instead of using propulsion similar to that of modern ships, the craft relied on large sails unfurled in the vacuum of space. Presumably, the ship harvested solar energy and drifted on the solar winds created by starlight. We should dig deeper.
System survey complete.
Proxima Centauri b. For as long as we humans have been able to look to the stars for new homes, Proxima Centauri b has been a naive dream, a place we would look to with optimism. A new home. Sadly, as our telescopes got better, we realized that the planet would probably be a tidally locked, frozen hellscape, a theory which we have confirmed today. There is hope, however. This world has all the building blocks necessary for a habitable planet. Might just need a slight push. Thank you for inspiring us, Proxima Centauri b.
We should now be ready to extend our great civilization to a second world. This will require the construction of a colony ship.
Now, I could do that, or I could do this.
I have important information for you.
The colonization screen is where you can prepare a planet for colonization. Species must be selected to settle the planet, and a colony designation assigned to set its development focus. Not enough alloys yet, though. Have to get on that.
System survey complete.
Observation posts. There's pre-FTLs over there, it looks like. Interesting.
Research complete.
Zero-G laboratories. A lot of critical research can only be done in a zero-gravity environment, which these specialized laboratories are eminently designed for. Need 150 alloys to colonize Centauri 3. We have discovered an abandoned solar sail ship in orbit around Gindix 3. The sublight vessel was built by an unknown culture and appears to be several thousand years old. One of the massive sails has a large tear where some kind of object passed through, most likely a meteoroid, which appears to have disabled the vessel. Although the technology of the ship is severely outdated, it does possess some interesting engineering design choices. Interesting, albeit primitive design. Doctrine. Fleet support.
Research complete.
As extrasolar expeditions become more common, it is important to provide planet-side relief for returning fleets. Next up... genome mapping. A Class 12 asteroid orbits this planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence.
We have detected a pre-FTL society. Although they lack the kind of technology that allows us to traverse the stars, there is still a lot to be gained from these aliens. Whether it be learning from their culture or claiming them as slaves is up to us.
If we wish to observe them, assuming they are within our borders, we need to build an observation post around their world. If we wish to invade, all we need to do is muster our troops. They wouldn't stand much of a chance. Bessadon civilization encountered. We have detected the presence of an alien civilization on Iswiria 3 in the Iswiria system. They appear to be in the early space age, as evidenced by the many primitive satellites orbiting their homeworld. Their nation-states are on the path toward joining together in a global government. It is likely only a matter of time before they venture beyond their world and join the galactic community. We should consider building an observation post above their world to study them more closely. Now, asteroid in orbit. A Class 12 asteroid orbits this planet. The small planetoid's orbit appears far too stable for its presence to be a natural occurrence. Contact report, pre-FTLs. The report on the pre-FTL civilization observed by our fleets is received with something as close to exultant jubilation as the academic elite of the United Nations of Earth will allow themselves to express. Here, finally, is proof that the first tentative human steps into the darkness of space were not for naught. They may not be our equals, not yet, and it may be that we will not interact directly with them in our lifetimes. But their mere existence is a beacon of hope in a galaxy that otherwise appears deadened and unmoving. Embrace the bonds of new life. A rift in the very fabric of space-time is formed here, creating a wormhole that, our scientists speculate, may provide a conduit through subspace to another wormhole located somewhere else in our galaxy. Depending on where the second wormhole is located, this could potentially allow ships to travel from one end of the galaxy to the other in a matter of days. Unfortunately, this wormhole, like the vast majority of its kind, is inherently unstable. Any vessels foolish enough to pass through it would be ripped apart in seconds. We could somehow be stabilized, though. Okay, and let's take a look at our policies.
The Policies tab covers government policies, as well as empire-wide edicts, practices that can be enforced by spending some of our resources. System survey complete. The faction screen gives an overview of the populace's political leanings. Be aware that shifts in the socio-political climate may give rise to factions. Details on faction sizes, attractiveness to our pops, and how content they are can also be found here. The calling you colony ship, and her captain reports all systems go. A momentous day for sure. Research complete.
Zero-G refineries. The addition of internal refineries on mining stations will substantially increase mineral production.
Our new observation post has come online and will proceed with its mission, as long as the awareness of the object of our study stays low. Our new observation post has come online and will proceed with its mission, as long as the awareness of the object of our study stays low.
The asteroid around Iswiria 1 has such a perfectly stable orbit that it's easy to understand why our scientists thought it was placed there artificially. Yet, there are no other conclusive indications of any propulsion systems or any other artificial marring. The only natural conclusion is that, by some absurdly improbable chance, the asteroid got caught in Iswaria 1's gravity field. We have also detected some rare crystals on the surface of the asteroid. How thoughtful. New resource. We discovered rare crystals. And Odvik is now meticulous.
Anomaly found.
Oh.
Congratulations on having colonized a new world. Our colonists are now in the process of building their first settlement, but it will take time for them to become self-sufficient.
Our colony ship has gently touched down at the mouth of a large river delta on one of the continents on Alpha Centauri Prime. This temperate, forested area will provide shelter and easy access to raw materials. The ship has been converted into a reassembled ship shelter to serve as headquarters, its reactor core removed to act as the colony's temporary power source. Tents filled with construction materials alongside prefab shelters have sprung up around the ship's hull as colonists disembark, marking the first human city on an alien world. Embracing diversity will strengthen our colony. Now, unknown origin. The material composition of this asteroid differs significantly from its neighbors. It likely has a different origin than the other bodies of this asteroid belt, and should be investigated more closely.
System survey complete.
Why does it want me to look at terraforming candidate? That's why. $1,000 consumer goods. I just need one more influence. Which we can get by expanding our fleet.
Anomaly found.
Docking hatch. A small docking hatch leading to the interior of this asteroid is visible at the rim of a small crater on its surface. The hatch was likely concealed once, but has since been exposed by micrometeorite impacts.
election screen is where we decide on a new ruler for our empire.
Okay, and it's building a city district to add more housing. And add more jobs, too. The UNS Pythias has discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed exotic gases in the Uchbea system. They have various potential applications, including advanced energy-based weaponry, force fields, starship fuel, and even recreational drugs. We cannot extract this resource yet, but we could establish control over the system for future exploitation. We are sure to find more of these types of resources as we continue to explore the galaxy, each with unique properties and applications, potentially useful.
System survey complete. System survey complete. Observation posts house teams of scientists conducting research and remotely observing primitive species high intel level with this empire, and so have access to a lot more information about them.
Ancient survey marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Jumia 1. It appears to be an ancient survey marker, placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still there. Faction founded, and beginning traction in the internal political landscape of the United Nations of Earth.
Alien entities that may or may not be intelligent, but let's face it, probably are. Their true nature will remain a mystery to us, until we complete the appropriate project to investigate them. I suggest we do so post-haste, lest they investigate us first. Remarkable. We have discovered spacefaring alien entities that may or may not be intelligent, but let's face it, probably are. Their true nature will remain a mystery to us, until we complete the appropriate project. We have come into contact with a new entity, perhaps a space-dwelling creature or another empire. We can learn more about them by making first contact.
We've made first contact with mysterious aliens in the Durakus system. For now, we have codenamed them Witches, until we can find out more about them. If they possess a language, we must decipher it in order to establish communications. Pranav Soryakaprash. You're up. Hostile fleet.
Research complete.
Genome mapping. Mapping the genome of an individual through the sequencing of their DNA
System survey complete.
opens up for tailored medical treatments and therapies.
How bowing new colony along, we should consider the recruitment of a planetary governor to oversee operations there. Hire an official. Done. Have 1,000 energy credits. Done. Adopt a tradition. Done. Find alien life. Done. Hire a scientist. Done. Next up is promoting a faction.
Done. Build 5 corvettes. Done. Survey a system. Done. Set colony designation other than the capital. Done. Investigate an anomaly. Enact a planetary decision. Not yet. No decisions worth doing. Reverend von Halkett got charismatic too. Increasing edict fund, decreasing edict upkeep.
Anomaly found.
Cold hard potential. Our science officer has found an anomaly. Will require extensive probing, but could garner a substantial find. Okay, now we have eyes on whatever was here.
Research complete.
And apparently whatever it was has gone.
System survey complete.
The Amor Alveo system gives off a strongly hostile impression on first sight. None of its planets are remotely habitable, either scorched by the searing heat of the system's 3 suns or stripped of life by powerful solar storms. However, despite all this, it seems to be inhabited in large numbers by a previously unknown large spaceborne organism, groups of which flit in and out between the blisteringly hot inner system and the large gas giant further out, in what appears to be an elaborate breeding ritual. It is unclear what attraction this system could possibly hold for these creatures. Regardless, they seem intent on protecting it, and have already turned towards us, approaching the UNS Nictator in an overtly threatening manner. Battle stations.
Spaceborne life form encountered.
The Jinkies.
Unknown spacefaring entities. We can learn more about them and maybe even initiate first contact by completing the appropriate special project.
Abandoned Gateway. An ancient space station of some kind has been located at the edge of the Tethel system. The strong residual subspace signature that surrounds the station indicates that it may be a gateway of sorts, part of a theoretical network of similar stations. At some point, would have allowed for near-instantaneous travel between different parts of the galaxy. Assuming this is a gateway, its current state of disrepair has rendered it unusable. If it could be restored into working order, its owner would potentially be able to access any other functional gateways in the galaxy, enabling travel across huge distances in a matter of days. Intriguing. Commander Ting Hu ran the engines of her ships to their limits, when the First Fleet disengaged from the recent battle in the Amor Alveo system. She has learned to squeeze extra speed out of any ships under her command. Upon entering Duracus, our sensors picked up strange readings. Dismissed at first as glorified asteroids, things quickly changed when it was discovered that these entities reacted aggressively to movement in space, even at great distance. Observation of these entities, preferably from a safe distance, is advised. Best viewed from afar. Keep it up. And Gale speed. As counselor, increases sublight speed by 10%.
System survey complete.
With volatile motes.
Anomaly found.
We have found a heavily damaged bipedal robot floating in space. We do not understand its energy source, but we may be able to retrieve information from its memory. Ancient capital site. Baleful bird. Even as overall progress stalled, our researchers revealed the entrance to a previously undiscovered chamber. Inside was a massive statue, as imposing as it is beautiful. Avian in form, its long, powerful neck is fashioned of metallic links. It somehow managed to hover in place. Sharp plumage erupts from a patrician skull. Its eyes are golden heralds of power. Moving through the chamber, our researchers had the uncomfortable sensation that they were being watched. Behind the figure, they discovered a hidden door or seal, but whatever this baleful bird was guarding has long since ceased to function. Interesting. We've discovered the ruins of an ancient city on Alpha Centauri Prime. Given its size and scale, this was likely the capital or central administrative hub of a major spacefaring civilization. A full excavation will be necessary to properly determine its origin. And you're back. Okay, let's get eyes on this.
Empire sprawl is a measure of the territorial expanse of your empire in the form of controlled systems, colonies, districts, and total population.
Okay.
System survey complete. System survey complete.
During a clandestine mission to the surface of Iswaria 3, one of our shuttles was intercepted by a squadron of atmospheric fighters belonging to a local nation-state. A lucky missile hit disabled the shuttle's engines, and it crashed in a remote wilderness. We need to act fast if we are to evacuate any survivors before the pre-FTLs reach the crash site. All evidence of our presence must be removed. Time is short. Okay, we need
Situation log updated.
to pull a scientist in for this.
shows how our envoys are building spy networks within other empires. You can access the intel ledger here, as well as view...
Plant advanced knowledge. Or infiltrate government, or... The diplomacy screen is where we communicate with other civilizations. The entities encountered by our fleets some time ago are new, wondrous forms of spaceborne life. Quickly nicknamed Space Amoeba, following an analyst's gross misreading of initial sensor output. The creature is in fact larger than the average human corvette. We should leave it be and remotely monitor the creature and its kin from Earth. We can learn to coexist. Amoeboid pacification.
Our attempts to establish communications stand testament to our technological ingenuity, but results are lacking. It is likely that the other party possesses only an animal level of intelligence, if any at all.
Free sapients offer little to no diplomatic interactions, but depending on your empire type, they can sometimes be uplifted, exterminated, enslaved, or observed. Finish first contact. Have 7K pops next.
Research complete.
Artificial workforce. Unlocks robot assembly plants and robot workers. These artificial work units are perfect for menial labor tasks. They are hard-working and capable of following simple vocal instructions, but should not be expected to climb stairs. Okay, next up. Nanomechanics.
Anomaly found.
Dimensional disturbance. The debris field, which LA-497 is part of, rolls and swirls under the influence of unknown forces.
Council agenda ready. Special project complete.
Operatives rescued on Iswiria 3. Operatives from the UNS Zhanghe managed to evacuate several survivors from the crashed shuttle on Iswiria 3. The remaining debris was destroyed in a controlled explosion, leaving nothing but a small crater for the pre-FTLs to find. The nation-state where the incident occurred will no doubt blame its neighbors for this border violation, but hopefully the disruption to their natural development will prove minimal. Excellent.
Anomaly found. System survey complete.
Unusual temporal fluctuations. Unusual fluctuations in spacetime have been detected in the vicinity of SSD 233D. Further analysis is advised.
Research complete.
Selective defoliants. Through cataloging, gene sequencing, and computer modeling of exobotanical ecosystems, coupled with gene editing and dispersal mechanisms, will allow us to reshape alien plant communities to our liking. Unlocks clearing dense jungle blockers. Accept genetic health care.
Anomaly found.
Odd readings. While scanning the asteroid belt, our science team found some sort of irregularity.
Colony established. System survey complete. I have important information for you.
The anomalies screen lists all unresearched anomalies we have encountered along with their locations. These can be investigated using a science chip with an assigned scientist. Broken Nest. Grand sanctums and ruined temples dot the landscape of the capital. Deeper exploration has revealed that this civilization was destroyed more than 500,000 years ago. Based on the discovery of several remarkably well-preserved murals, the inhabitants appeared to be avian in biology. A rough transliteration of their language indicates that they called themselves the Krasura. Keep digging. Got some society research out of that.